Perfect. Okay, so welcome everyone to the webinar this morning. This is Top Agent Referral powered by LUMALLIE, and I want to welcome everyone. Top Agent Referral and LUMALLIE have revolutionized the real estate industry, similar to what Airbnb did in the vacation rental industry or what Uber has done in the transportation or taxi industry. Top Agent Referral and LUMALLIE have now made it possible for people like you and me to be able to work in the real estate industry, earn money in the real estate industry, no license required. You can work from anywhere that has internet connection and phone service, and the service is available in all 50 states across the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii. So we're going to take a look at this. But before we get started, please drop a note in the chat. As you can see on the screen there, make sure you open your chat. This is a great way to ask questions. You can set it out to everyone or specifically to me if you want to not share that, but if everyone would be best. But let us know where you're attending from, city and state. We'd like to see what parts of the country you're checking in from. And so great, we got Arizona represented. All right. And from Portland, living in Costa Rica. Excellent. All right, so and some others. All right, so wonderful. We'll like to see where everyone's coming in from. And if you have any questions, like I said, make sure you put them in the chat. I'll make sure I try and get back to them if I don't address them directly through the presentation. And so it's a great way to ask questions and so forth. All right, so let's take a look here. The real estate brokerage industry. So this is the industry in the United States. There are 450,000 home closings every single month across the United States, 450,000 homes sold. Now, these are only agent-assisted transactions. So if it is a family member selling to a family member, if it was a for sale by owner that did not include an agent, then those numbers are not included in this 450,000 figure. This is also only residential real estate, so it does not take into consideration commercial property. It does not take into consideration land purchases, things along those lines. So there are additional numbers as well, but this is only the 450,000 home closings every single month. Now, the rule of thumb is if a real estate agent can handle the transaction, so can we. So all those different types of properties, we can also help out as well. So 450,000 home closings each and every month, and those correlate to $200 billion paid out in real estate commissions every single month. 200 billion, that's with a B. That is more money than the economic structure of some small countries. So there is just a huge amount of money in this industry. Until now, only licensed agents had access to this $200 billion, to that money. Here's a little bit about me. I owned a mortgage brokerage for 8 years. And the last 3 years of that, I got my real estate license. I worked, this is my wife here. She had her license much longer. In fact, she was Rookie of the Year her first year. She was pretty amazing. We were extremely successful in both of these industries, or both these businesses in the real estate industry. I went on to own some consulting companies. But through this process of working in real estate, I worked weekends. I worked holidays. I was always at the beck and call of my clients. I missed my kids' performances in school and other times of hanging out with friends and things, family events. I worked all the time. I was very, very time poor. We made a lot of money. We were very successful, but I was always having to show homes to buyers. I was having to follow up with the inspections and the appraisals on the listings. You know, I was always having to work. And so I worked 60 to 80 hours per week. Both my wife and I were working 60 to 80 hours per week, every single week. That's part of why we were successful. But as a result, we ended up with some health issues, which made us have to step back away from the industry. Through that process, I very quickly learned that we wanted more time with my family. I wanted a slower pace. I wanted the flexibility of when and where I work. Now, if I was not in town, able to show those homes to that client, able to open up the property for inspections and things, I was losing out on money. If I wasn't in town generating those leads, I was losing out on money. So I wanted the flexibility of where and when I worked. I also wanted to be able to generate passive income. I wanted big commissions, and I wanted more money with less effort. Those are all things that I learned from that process of that time working then. So let's take a look at the industry problem of real estate. It is easy to get a real estate license. It is a low cost. You compare this to, say, a university degree, which is required for most industries that have large payouts or large sums of money that people can make, large income potential. You're going to be paying a lot of money usually in schooling. Now, that's not just necessarily for a 4-year degree. You may need to get your master's or doctorate even to be able to make those large paychecks. Real estate only requires 2 to 3 months of schooling, where compare that once again to most industries, engineering, doctors, lawyers, you're talking 4 to 12 years or more of schooling. Only takes 2 to 3 months to get your real estate license. As a result, in our estimation, 90% of real estate agents shouldn't be in the profession. Most of the time, they are not responsive to their consumers' needs as much as the consumer would like. Maybe they don't represent themselves professionally, and oftentimes they don't know enough. They don't do enough business to really get their skills up to negotiate the best deal for their client. Now, remember, for most people in the United States, their home is their greatest asset and their biggest investment of their life, and so they really should be protecting that with the best experts in the industry. As a result, these 90% of the agents generate unhappy consumers. So the solution, quite simply, top agent referral. Top agent referral simply connects buyers and sellers with 2 top agents. This is a free service, absolutely free. They don't need to open up their pocketbook to us at all. There is no obligation. They can choose not to use our agents at any time. In addition, these 2 agents are specific to the neighborhood of the property. So in some larger cities, your Dallas, Texas, your Los Angeles, California, Jacksonville, Florida, you may have an agent who's good umbrella over the whole city, but they kind of shotgun approach, but they don't know this neighborhood or that area of the city. They don't know the idiosyncrasies and the challenges. They don't know the benefits or the positive aspects, the amenities of this area. And so we go specific to the neighborhood. Also, the 2 agents that Top Agent Referral provides are specific to the property type. So the type of property. So if it is a commercial property, if it is a starter home, if it is a high-end home, these agents are great at that. They do the most business for those types of property, and they are experts on those types of property. As a result, we only work with happy clients every single time. So let's take a look at some testimonials real quick. This is actually my Top Agent Referral website here. And on that, you can see some testimonials. And I'm just going to read a couple of these for you. The first one here, David Maney, he was a seller from Kansas City. He said, the agent that Top Agent Referral sent me was one of the best agents I've worked with. He used new techniques to not only shoot amazing photos, but a video that really showed off the house online. This generated huge numbers, which led to great offers. He helped me understand the market and process and helped manage my expectations and keep me clued into what was next. We ended up making more than we thought on the house and formed a great friendship in the process. I would highly recommend Top Agent Referral for any real estate transactions. Thanks again. Here's another one from Greeley, Colorado. Craig and Olin. He says, my 90-year-old father needed to sell his home to move in with family. This was his last major asset, so he needed to make the most money possible from the sale. We used Top Agent Referral service to find the best agents in the area. Both agents they sent out were extremely impressive. The agent we chose had an incredible marketing plan and a professional team that were always super responsive whenever we contacted them. They helped us with the power of attorney we needed for me to be able to complete the transaction, and everything was smooth and seamless. Through this agent, we received an offer the very first day the home was listed. We accepted a full price offer within the first week. The entire process was simple, effective, and exceptionally professional. We can't thank Top Agent Referral enough for connecting us with the absolute best agent. And the best part is that the service was free. When I have real estate needs in the future, I will definitely use Top Agent Referral again. So there's some additional testimonials on our webpage you can check out, or if you'd like, I can provide them for you later. So this is the traditional method versus the Top Agent Referral method. So when people go to buy a home, those 450,000 new home sales every month, In most cases, they go with a referral from somebody or somebody that they know, maybe their next door neighbor sells real estate on the side, maybe their hairdresser decided to get her real estate license, something like that. They end up getting that 90% of agents that really shouldn't be in the business. If you do a little bit of research, you'll see statistically that the top 10% of agents sell homes for higher prices and negotiate better deals for buyers than the average agents do. And so what happens is they go off of that referral and they end up hitting those 90, and then every once in a while someone might get lucky and hit that top 10% of the agents. The top agent referral method, now those 450,000 new home sales every single month can be connected every single time with those top 10% of the agents. And actually they're going to get the top two best agents specific to their property type and to their neighborhood. It is a totally free service. There is absolutely no obligation. We only work with the top agents, and this service is available in all 50 states, including Alaska and Hawaii. We simply connect you with the top agents. So at this time, are there any questions about the service before we move on into the pay structure? And if you don't have any questions, if you would use this service yourself as a buyer or a seller, please type a yes in the chat. Just let me know you think this service is valuable, being connected with the top agents nationwide to help you buy or sell a home. Yes, excellent. All right, perfect. So this is how we onboard our clients. This is how we track our clients. We send them through our top agent referral website. Each of our members receives a top agent referral website customized for them. As you can see, this is my contact information up here, and we simply have them register as a seller or a buyer on our site. Our site has some additional information about the service and why they should use our service, and so you can check that out. But here's an example of a direct client. So before we get started, you may know a little bit about real estate, and if so, you probably know that a licensed realtor cannot pay a non-licensed person for a referral. And so we do not refer real estate business. We simply complete 3 marketing tasks, and we're going to break that down here right now. So this home, let's say it sells at $410,000 for our example. The payout for that home would be $1,250 to our members. In order to receive that $1,250, the member needs to complete these 3 simple tasks. Number 1, connect the person to their top agent referral website. So just like this is my home page here. Oh, maybe it is. There we go. Okay, so this is my page here. I would have someone come to my site and register as a seller or a buyer. They complete a short form that has their contact information and a little bit of information about the property they're either buying or selling. That information is forwarded to Top Agent Referral. They do the screening process and identify and contact the 2 top agents specific to that property type and that neighborhood or area, and they ensure that that agent is able to contact that buyer or seller within 24 to 48 hours. No more than 48 hours, they need to be able to contact them. If the agent is not going to be able to contact them within 48 hours, we will go to the next agent on the list because that is the level of service that we require for our clients. So now once those agents, those 2 agents have had an opportunity to connect with the client and actually present themselves to them, we simply confirm with the client that they're happy and they've chosen to work with one of those 2 agents. Now, these are the 2 top agents specific to the property type and the location of the property, and they do a great job at selling themselves. So almost every single time, every time that I know of, and it's always, my clients have always chosen to work with one of those 2 agents, but should they not hit it off and they want to see some other agents, we can send additional agents if need be. But like I said, those are the 2 top agents, and so it's never happened for me that they've asked for another client, but if they did, we would be able to send additional agents. Now, once you confirm they're happy with the agents that we've sent out and they've chosen one to work with, you don't need to do anything until closing for your compensation. However, this little space right here is the perfect time, the perfect opportunity to ask for referral business, because as I'm sure you're aware, once one person is buying or selling a home, every single person they talk to wants to buy or sell a home. And so it's a great time to work on that referral business, and they can talk about how great the agents are that they're working with. But for compensation, you don't need to do anything until closing. Once the home closes, then you simply take a short survey after closing, simply asking what they liked or disliked about the agent that they used. For completing those 3 tasks, connecting to the personal website, confirming that the client is happy with the agents, and taking a survey after closing, the member is paid $1,250. Let's break that down a little bit further. So here's how the money flows. The LUMALLIE member, should you join my team today, this would be you. You would connect the client, the buyer or seller, with your personal top agent referral website, confirm that they are happy, and take a survey after closing. For completing those 3 tasks, top agent referral, the real estate company, pays LUMALLIE, the marketing company that we actually work for, $1,850. That $1,850 then gets divided up 7 ways. First, to the direct connection member, that would be you for putting them through your personal top agent referral website and making that personal direct connection. Then 6 additional team members would also receive compensation, $100 each, for being on that team. And we're going to break down the team sales here in just a moment, but that's the way the money breaks down. Now, just to be clear, we do not get paid for referring buyers and sellers. You do not practice any real estate agent activities. You get paid to perform these 3 tasks: connecting to the website, confirming they're happy, and taking a survey after closing. It's that simple. Here are a couple of testimonials from some of our members. So we have TJ Grant here. He says, I heard a coworker talking about buying a house. I told him I can connect him with the top agents, and he said, okay. Once we were on break, I walked him through the signing up. I walked him through signing up on my website as a buyer, and bam, he was contacted that day by a top agent. Because he was a first-time home buyer, and we talked a lot throughout his transaction. I did spend about an hour talking with him and answering questions, but we'll make $750 when the deal closes. Now, this transaction has closed. TJ has received his $750 for what he says is about an hour worth of work, which he says was even more than usual because, as he mentioned, it was a first-time home buyer. Here's another one from Jason Cady, another one of our members. He said, in March, I had a chance to share what I do here at LUMALLIE with a coworker of mine. His name is Jeremy. He told me he was looking to buy in the Vancouver, Washington area and asked if I could connect him with a good agent there. So I directed him to my website and walked him through the very simple process of inputting his info along with his needs into the system. Soon, he was contacted by a top agent. He told me he was absolutely blown away. This guy is the real deal, he told me. This guy came to our place and pitched himself as if we were millionaires. He is in the top 2% of agents in all Berkshire Hathaway. I told him our modest budget, and it didn't faze him. He's been a godsend, saving us money on the appraisal, the lender, and everywhere else we had to come up with money out of our pocket because of all of his connections. I never appreciated the value of a good real estate agent before, and my wife and I are completely blown away. So that's Jason Cady, and those are a couple of buyer testimonials as well. We saw some sellers earlier. This also shows how great it is for buyers. Here are a couple facts for you. Everyone knows people buying and selling real estate. Everyone. So now my question for you is, how many people do you know in the last 3 years who have bought or sold a home or are currently buying or selling a home? In the last 3 years, bought or sold a home and currently buying or selling a home. Put that number together and put it in the chat for me right now. I'd like to see how many people you know who have or are buying or selling a home. Many people. Can you put a number on that, Luke? This isn't a pass fail. I just wanted to kind of show you what we got here. 4 people. Okay, excellent. 238. All right, excellent. Well, for Rob, that would be the average compensation is about $1,000 per, and we're going to look at the pay structure here in just a moment, but about that'd be like $4,000, right? Luke, who's already in the real estate industry here, 238, that would be about $238,000. And so that's an average, and so we're going to break that down a little bit here. Now that's without even trying, without marketing there, Rob. So people don't know you're in the business yet, then it really gives you an advantage. That's without even trying. Here's another fact for you. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. In fact, in the United States, most households are 2 to 3 income households just to be able to get by, and most of them are struggling. However, massive wealth is created in the real estate industry. There are 200 million people, 200 million people in the USA between the ages of 18 and 64. 200 million. And almost every single one of those 200 million people want to earn additional income for their household. The average person with this company can easily help 6 to 12 buyers or sellers per year. That is roughly one every 1 to 2 months. 1 to 2 months, one transaction. Here's an example of how that would look. So you get your top agent referral website and you start putting clients through. You get your first one, that's $1,250. That breaks down to about $104 a month. Doesn't sound very impressive, maybe the cost of a cell phone bill. Let's say you're able to do 3 transactions in a year. That would break down to $313 a month, maybe some car insurance. All right, so let's say you did 6 transactions a year. Now you're talking $625 a month. That's probably a car payment, right? When I was a real estate agent, and it holds true now, 10 buyers or sellers was a really good month. Okay, 10 a month is a really good month. However, if you only did 1 a month with top agent referral, you would still make $15,000 a year just by doing 1 transaction per month. Simply putting them through your personal top agent referral website, confirming they're happy, and taking a survey after closing. Some of you on the webinar will want more. You can earn passive income by helping the company grow through network marketing. Part-time income is great, this 1 transaction every 1 to 2 months, but passive income is even better. This is the same concept that real estate brokers use. So in a real estate brokerage, you'll have the broker who does relatively few transactions overall, but they receive that passive override income off of all the agents they have under them. And so for all of those transactions, they receive a little bit as well. Add that to what they're doing personally, and they make a lot of money. And that's how. So here's how it would look. Sharing the business, you're able to make additional income. So you get your top agent referral website, personal top agent referral website, and you start making money. You have 3 people that you know of, friends, coworkers, something, that decide they want to get into real estate and start capitalizing on that $200 billion. And they get their personal top agent referral websites and start making money helping buyers and sellers connect with agents as well. So you make your $1,250 for the example we showed. Each of them do a transaction and they each earn their $1,250. And for showing them how to get into the business and connect buyers and sellers with their website, you receive $100 from each of them for their transactions. So you add that $300 to your $1,250. That's the first level. Now let's say these 3 people find 3 people themselves each that want to do the same thing, start making money in real estate. They each make their individual direct connection paychecks, and you would receive $900 off of that second level, added to your $300 off of the first level. So that's $1,200 in addition to your $1,250 that you get from your client. You do this through 6 levels, and you can see where the number of members per each level multiplies out, and you would end up on your 6th level having 729 members off of that level alone. That 6th level would make you $72,900 a month by itself, but you're going to add that to each of those additional levels, so you can see where that duplication really does just magnify your income potential. Now, it doesn't usually work out like this, where it's nice little 3 people getting 3 people getting 3 people. However, you have unlimited number of people that you can put on your team, so you are not capped at 3. At this first level right here, I have 23 members on this first level alone. So you can go as wide as you want. You get paid 6 levels deep. You get paid beyond that, but the direct connection compensation goes 6 levels. So with each member helping 1 buyer or seller per month, 1 through 6 levels, like I just showed you that example, if everyone did 1 transaction every month, 12 transactions per year, you would make $109,200 per month, $1.3 million a year. Now let's say your team is not as ambitious and they only do 6 transactions per year, 1 every 2 months each. Now you're talking $54,600 per month. And even if you had a very inactive team, maybe they are very much part-time. They're doing this very part-time. They only do 3 transactions a year, less than 1 a quarter, 1 every 4 months. You're talking $27,300 per month or $327,600 per year once you have your team built out those 6 levels deep. Here's the example of the direct connection payouts. You would receive 375 to 4,500 for those clients you do put directly through your website. That you might have seen in an ad or someone might have shared with you, 375 to 4,500 per transaction. As I mentioned earlier, our average payout is about $1,000 because the average home price in the United States is between $200,000 to $600,000, and so that $1,000 is usually around where the average payout is. The team sales for all of those people on your team below you, those 6 levels, that is 30 to 375 per transaction. Once again, based off of the price of the home. Plus, you receive bonuses for each first home connection. So each time someone on your team connects a buyer or seller with an agent for the first time, you receive a bonus of $50 to $200, depending on your level in the company and the number of people on your team. So here is a little bit more about me. So I mentioned that I had to step back from the real estate industry for a while. I worked for a couple of corporations, ended up finding myself at the county as a veteran service officer, helping veterans access their benefits. And I was stuck in a cubicle, 9 to 5 job. And the worst part about it is my income potential was capped. So we would have cost of living increases every year in the country, and I was at the mercy of the government, the local government, or the corporation I worked for as to whether there was enough money in the budget to be able to give me a raise. And so sometimes I didn't get a raise even though the cost of living went up and I was going backwards. And so this was a problem for me, and I didn't like where I was at because of that. This is my home in Colorado. So what happened, my wife and I jumped on a plane with our kids and we traveled to Costa Rica. I now live most of the time in Costa Rica. I am still a Colorado resident and a US citizen, but I spend a lot of my time here in Costa Rica. This is my office right here. That's my yard right over here to the left of me. And this is what my office view looks like now. I often work in the hammock behind me over here on my phone or on my laptop. I work flexible hours. So if it's hot, like it's Costa Rica, it's hot a lot. If I want to go jump in the pool with my wife, take a break, cool off a bit, I can do that, come back and do my work. Or if I want to help my daughter with her schoolwork, I can do that and then come back and do my work. Or if the waves are up and smashing, I can go out and catch a few waves, surfing, and then come back and do my work. But it gives me the flexibility of time. It also gives me the flexibility of location. I can work here in Costa Rica. I can work when I go back home to Colorado. I can work when I visit my sister in Texas, or if I go on vacation, I can work if I choose to. So I have the flexibility of time and the flexibility of location. I also have the unlimited income potential. I can put through as many deals as I want. If I want to make more money, I grow my team bigger and I do more transactions. I find more buyers and sellers. So I am not capped out on the amount of money I can make. So those are the 3 reasons why I do this business and why I went from this job here to this job here. Business, actually, not even a job. So let's recap a little bit. Everyone knows people buying and selling real estate. There are 450,000 people each month, which correlates to about $200 billion every year paid out in commissions in the real estate field. Most people want to earn extra income. We mentioned that 200 million people in the United States, 18 to 64. I also want to point out this is 18 to 64. Our members are not capped at 64. You can be 73, you can be 85 and get in this business. So we actually have potential to have even more than that 200 million people join our organization and become a member. You could have them on your team. This opportunity offers website creation. You get your own custom top agent or personalized top agent referral website for you to put your clients through. You receive the ability to earn in the real estate field. The only other possibility similar to this would be to get your real estate license. And you get the opportunity to change your future by generating passive income, override income by building your team. So who wants their personal top agent referral website created for them? If you want yours, type a yes with an exclamation point in that chat for me to let me know that you're interested in getting your top agent referral website and starting to help buyers and sellers connect with those agents. All right. Cost, exactly. So this is a business opportunity and there is a cost to get started. But let's take a look at what you're going to get for the cost real quick so you know what you're paying for. Personal top agent referral website built for you. This is a customized website. As I mentioned, this is how we track our clients, give them credit to you. You receive back office marketing tools. to help you promote your business. You receive scripts and email templates for follow-up campaigns and how to reach out and talk to people for both buyers and sellers as well as potential team members. A complete training program with training videos, a step-by-step guide on how to build this business either part-time or full-time should you choose. Website maintenance and automatic online updates. The website works out of the box. You don't have to touch it. You don't need to know coding. You don't need to know web development. You don't need to know any of that. It's all handled for you. Monthly web hosting, back office, client tracking for buyers and sellers. This tracks your clients from the time they connect with the agent all the way to closing. So you know where they're at everywhere step of the process. You have that updated and know where they're at. Back office tracking for your downline. This is all of your team members and all of their sales. Access to new updated training materials and videos. Our exclusive referral, top agent referral members only entrepreneur group. This is a great place to get questions, get support. Maybe there's some one-offs, things that may not be clear in the training, things like that. Also encouragement. So it's just a great group of people. Personal one-on-one training from your sponsor, and the ability to earn as much money as you want through this real estate referral company. So all of that is included in this opportunity. So now I want to ask you to evaluate how much is this opportunity worth to you. So how much would a website cost? A website like this, being able to track your clients through the process as well as your downline members, $2,500 to $5,000 to create. To get your real estate license, you're talking $1,500 to $2,500, depending on if you do the in-classroom or online setting. And then about $500 a month to maintain your license. So you're talking errors and omissions insurance, you're talking desk fees to hang your license at a brokerage, and continuing education fees, and the list goes on and on. About $500 a month to maintain your license. If you wanted to open up a real estate brokerage industry so you could, or real estate brokerage so that you could start earning that passive override income, you're talking $5,000 to $150,000, depending on if you buy into a franchise or if you start your own. However, that's only after, in most states, every state I know of, you're required to hold your license for a number of years before you're able to even apply for your brokerage license to have agents under you. And so even after that time, that's years in. Plus, then you're also limited to only being able to market to those people who have a license in that state. So most of them are already with another agency, and so you're gonna have to pull them over is another issue. But you're probably looking about 5 to 10,000 people that you can pull from to be able to put into your brokerage. Whereas we have that 200 million people that I talked about nationwide. They can be in any state, anywhere. So you can really expand your reach and your network versus opening up a brokerage, but that would be about 5 to 150,000. So you're looking somewhere on the low end, $8,000 up to almost $200,000 probably. So in the chat, if you would please type what you think that opportunity is worth to you. Now, obviously, the company is going to absorb much of the vast majority of the cost for you, but just to get into this opportunity, what do you think it's worth to you? Be realistic. If you think it's $10,000, put in $10,000. If you think it's zero, put a zero if it's not worth anything to you. But what do you think the value of this opportunity is worth to you? I'd like to hear from at least one of you before we move on. Okay, 220,000. Okay, good answer. All right, well, let's just get to the punch here. The initial investment to get into this company is a one-time payment of $299, which includes all of those things we talked about earlier, the creation of your website, all of the training, and so forth. And then there's a $19.95 a month web hosting fee. Now, I do want to point out that one transaction at the lowest payout will more than compensate your initial investment and will cover the cost of your business. So one transaction will cover it, but $299 is the initial investment to receive this fully functioning website, access to the top agents nationwide, and just your own business. However, it gets better. I'm going to sweeten the deal for you. Right now, the company has a website promotion, and they're going to offer $200 off that initial investment. They're going to eat that cost because it does cost the company $299 to get you set up. They're going to eat $200 of that. So today it is only $99 to get your top agent for a website created, access to the training, and get you started in this business. And then you would have your $19.95 a month web hosting fee to be able to continue your service over time. However, there's a website monthly hosting promotion going on right now, which is excellent. You can save $240 if you pay for 2 years up front. You knock 50% off of that price. So instead of paying $19.95 a month, it would break down to essentially $9.95 a month, less than the cost of a pizza. You'd have a fully functioning business for the next 2 years. So if you did the 2-year subscription, which I highly recommend, you're talking $238.80 plus $99, so $337.80. You save $440 for that $337.80. And once again, one transaction, $337.80, is less than one of our lowest transaction. The average payout's $1,000, but even if you only did the lowest $375 payout, you're still covered your website investment for 2 years, your whole business for 2 years. If you chose to not take advantage of the 2-year and you decided you wanted to go with a 1-year subscription, you could do that and save 25% off. It is a good savings, but I obviously recommend the 2-year subscription because then you have no payments for 2 years. If not, you do the $99 today, and then in 30 days you would start paying the 30 sorry, every 30 days you would be charged $19.95 a month. Right? Okay, so here's another one of our members. One of our members in LUMALLIE connected a buyer at $540,000 and a seller at $975,000 in her first week. This means that for simply connecting to her personal top agent for a website, confirming they were happy, and taking a survey after closing, LUMALLIE paid her $1,250 for the buyer transaction and $2,250 for the seller transaction, a total of $3,500 for what she said was about 20 minutes of work. We want to point out that she is the self-proclaimed queen of naps, weekends, Prosecco, and brunch. So this just goes to show you that it is possible. It depends on how much time and effort you want to put into your business, but she was able to make 2 connections in her first week. So I have 2 questions for you. First off, are you happy with where you are at financially right now? And if not, how's that going to change? And my second question for you is, can you do these 2 things? Can you offer this free service of connecting buyers and sellers to Top Agent Referral and helping them? And can you share this business opportunity with anyone that wants to add extra income to their household for their family? If you can do those 2 things, you can be successful in this business. We simply offer a free service to our clients. There is no cap on earnings. It is a completely flexible schedule. You can work from anywhere that has internet service and internet and phone service. And so at this time, I just want to thank everyone for being on the webinar, and I want to tell you to get back with that person who sent you here. If it wasn't me, make sure you get back with them. If it was me, I'll be trying to follow up with you and get your feedback as well. If you have any questions, please let me know. Leave them in the chat, or just let me know, and I will be happy to answer those. You have my contact information here on the screen, as well as my personal Top Agent Referral website and my email. And the next webinar, you can go through that same link and register for my next webinar, as well as I offer training for my team members every Thursday afternoon. So if you'd like to get in on my training, make sure that you get signed up before Thursday, and we'll get you in on that next training. All right, and my top agent, if you are ready to go ahead and get signed up, get your Top Agent Referral website started right away. If you go to my website, which is listed here at the bottom, vp.topagentreferral.com, you can see it right here. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see a button here that says sign up. If you click on that sign up button, it'll take you right to my sign up form. You can go ahead and complete the registration, choose whether you want the monthly or the 2-year or the 1-year subscription. And then as soon as your payment is processed, your website will be up and rocking right away, and you'll be able to log into your back office using the credentials that you create in the sign up process, and you'll get emails on how to get set up and how to get started. You can start putting in buyers and sellers this afternoon, this evening, today. You can start building your business right away. It will be active in a matter of minutes. So if you're ready to go ahead and join my team, make sure you go straight to my website right now, click on that sign up button, and let's get to building your business.